Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our live stream of Road to Burn City Brawl. I'm joined here with new fellow host, Nick, you might recognize from Loss of Lieutenant. Our players right now are just drawing their 4 classifieds for their game of highly classified. Figure out in a minute who's doing actually. Not really. I'll
go flash them for the camera.
No, it's alright. No, they're not. I can tell they're not working.
Yeah, I'll just move the.
Yeah. It's because this thing's incredibly annoying. All right. Yep. All right, guys. Nick's just going to get you a quick little lookie at the classifieds. All right, Lieutenant roll. 2 13s. Oh no, double fail. Oh, all right. It's Torchlight versus Bakunin. Bakunin gets turn order or choice. HVT designation. Predator, murder. Combat support, heal something. Anything. And vigilance. Do a whip check in the enemy off the table within zone of control of an enemy trooper. Excellent. Alrighty. So.
Very doable. Classified.
Absolutely. For quite easy. So, Luke's deploying first. Going to come around and give us a cheeky review. Okay. Lovely. Alrighty, everyone. We're joined with our second Loss of Lieutenant host, Josh.
Hi. Hello.
Alright, Josh. Give us a rundown, right? You're playing Torchlight,
Mm.
one of the most controversial factions currently in the game, especially in Victoria. Pop over, let's let Nick in. Against Bakunin, another new faction that some people say has a lot more tools factions. Anything in particular that you like struggles feeling in
I think that there's a couple of main things is I think if Luke decides to go heavily on observance models, Torchlight doesn't do incredibly well against, or doesn't do incredibly well against Mimetism Neg 6. So if he's decided to go heavy on that, then if you're thinking of countermeasures, so if Luke has gone pretty heavy on observance, I don't think that it's going to be difficult for me to reach out and touch observance models. Other than that, like Torchlight does struggle a little bit with cracking armor as well. So if he's gone too hard on the other side of things and to the actual Bakunin, old Bakunin style, the riot girls and taskmasters and things like that, I might have a little bit of a struggle cracking that armor. But I think that I've got a diverse enough list that it can attempt to at least.
So you've drawn Predator as one of the classifieds. Are you scared at all of an Uberfall commando going up the table?
Can't stop that happening. It's going to happen.
Acceptance?
You know, can't stop him from scoring everything. Predator is one of the easier classifieds to score, especially for someone like Bakunin, who's got access to Brander Castro and the Uberfall commando. So yeah, I don't think there's any just an easy classified to score. You know, might as well be 3 classifieds we've drawn and we both get 1 point each. I've got a Beast Hunter and a Hellblazer on my list, so it won't be terribly difficult to score Predator either.
Confident in getting your hidden classified?
Reasonably so, yeah. It's can't remember. It's sabotage. So yeah, it should be fairly to do.
Any questions, Nick?
I think you're doing fine.
No?
Thanks. Oh, wait, no, you're doing fine.
Okay. So we kind of intro Torchlight when they came out. How has your Torchlight playstyle changed past several months? Those first impressions.
To be honest, I haven't actually played that many games of Torchlight. They are a real interesting faction. I am someone who says that you don't need Prime. I haven't taken a Prime in this list, but that's just
Besides
how
the
this
point.
is going. Besides the point. I would really like to explore running Jamie Arantes more, because I really like profile. Unfortunately, I just didn't think it was the mission lineup appropriate for her for Road to BCB, or for BCB and Road to BCB. I think the decap might be an alright mission for her, but the rest of them kind of don't lend themselves too nicely to a non-specialist forward deployer. It kind of is just a 40-50 point gunfighter that you.
Yeah, a big dedication.
It is, yeah, it's huge. And so, like, if you're looting it, like, I mean, I probably could do it with looting and sabotaging and decap. So could easily write a list for supply rate, highly classified, and supremacy. Yeah, I mean, she probably works well in supremacy too. So, yeah, I might see if I can't write a Jamie list over the next month or so that I like. I've got a couple tank that I just so I can, watch people cry, get really scared about me popping a prime down the table, and work themselves into figuring out how to deal with that, and then not put a prime on the table and just slam down a decoy guard plasma rifle, and they go, oh, I can't actually deal with that. So it's it'll be interesting to see how we do. Bakunin's a strong faction. In a really good place at the moment. See what the rest of the team.
Yeah, so you've gone all in with the Wrecker Cludger duo, I'm guessing?
Yeah, Wrecker Cludger duo.
Yep. So you're really wanting that Wrecker to just Prime 5-man?
Yeah, all of the first 6 models in that group can link. Seven
yeah.
models can link. So I can kind of just slot them around together and then figure out what I want to link up in that, like on the fly. And I can also change the link on the fly as well if I need, depending on what's died or what's pushed up. The only real issue is that the Hellblazer is required. So I can't leave him really sticking out very far. To like give me some. If that goes down, yeah, I don't have link glue. So if that goes down, he's the link leader for whatever reason.
Not sure if this is a mistake on your part, but Chris has asked why the Tactico Beast Hunter and not the Panzer.
It's just a mistake on my part.
There you
I would
go.
normally take the Panzerfaust, but I've written it in. No, I've written the Tactico into the list.
He's going to win off that tank.
I am.
So just a mistake, guys. Are you looking at this list? Are you kind of feeling the pinch of having to take a doctor and engineer highly classified?
No, there's a doctor and engineer in both the list, and it was naturally in the list anyway.
Yeah.
This is a list that I've written previously that wasn't necessarily designed for highly classified. It just fits highly classified really well. All like the Bidoc doctor is like really happily does the doctor classifieds, and the Cludger really happily does the engineer classifieds. And because I'm dragging the emotional support Cludger up with the Wrecker, it can easily just fix a Wrecker point if it takes one, which it will take one because it's only BS13 first 3 tags. So when it wins face-to-face rolls, it melts things, but when it doesn't, it takes wounds. So
you always wanted to take a wound.
Yeah, I have combat support as one of our main classifieds, so it's going to be pretty easy to score that, I think, in this list.
Excellent. Any advice for any budding Torchlight players out there? Do's or don'ts?
Don't put the prime on ARO. People are learning how to deal with it really reasonably, unless you've got like a solid way to put it somewhere without leaving it exposed to range bands outside of its 32 for the HMG. Yeah. Other than that, I think that Striders might not look like much on first glance, but they're very, very strong. I'm not running any in this list, but they're really, really useful pieces. I played 2 Striders in my supply raid list, and they both did lots of work. One of them ran around just pushing boxes, and the other one killed a ninja. So
very solid.
The Strider fought observers.
Yes. +1 plus shotgun. Never go wrong.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. What else? The Stormbot's strangely strong.
Another thing I've just noticed is, are you having any issues with not being able to use 12 prestige?
So there's a reason why there's 2 irregulars there's an irregular in both groups. And it's to convert those if I need to. The list is pretty hard on command tokens anyway, because I like to change links up. I kind of want to be re-rolling engineer roll stuff if I need. And it works quite well with a couple of reserves. So if I go first, I can reserve drop 2 things. So it's quite hard on command tokens anyway. It's I'm not really feeling the pinch. I've got 2 tactical awareness orders. I've basically got 2 O12's prestige anyway for free.
And you've got
and like the tactical awareness orders are ones that I want to spend the orders on anyway. You know, I want to move the wrecker up the board. I want to move the prime up the.
Yeah. 12's not an issue.
Nah.
Excellent. All right.
I'll just convert the beast hunter.
O12 says O12 prestige.
Not overrated.
How you going, Luke?
Yeah. It looks like he's probably. Alrighty.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Thanks. Pleasure. Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. I can see it here. Oh, you've rolled them already.
All right, guys. We're going to roll some meta chemistry. Alrighty. That was Josh's insights on Torchlight. He's written a Torchlight list that I probably wouldn't write myself. Focusing on, like, the list almost requires a doctor and an engineer, and both of them are quite expensive. They're about 50 points for both.
I don't think I've played a Torchlight list yet that didn't have a Vidok doctor.
5.
Yep. Oh, 5. That is super jump. So he's got something that's super jumping.
I'm guessing it's Morlock.
Morlock, yes.
And Denmark. Don't forget he's got reroll. 6. Regen. Oh no, that's good.
Oh, 8-4 plus, climbing plus.
That's pretty good. 12-inch berserk on Denmark in this game.
That doesn't care about gravity.
Yeah. That's going to be very scary for Josh to deal with, because often players forget what their opponents roll on metachem, and then they go, I'm going to berserk you, and you're like, you're 12 inches away, and you're like, yeah, I rolled 8-4.
You're 12 inches away, and I'm on a balcony. Yep.
Yeah. So that's interesting. You've never played Torchlight without a Vidok. I think the Vidok's really good, but over a regular Doctor, you're paying like an 8-9 point difference for NCO and maybe +1 whip. Well, the original Lambda is 16 and the Vidok is 23. That's like 7 points for NCO.
He hasn't updated this in a while.
Ah. All right. We're doing. Yeah.
What other doctors would you see?
In Torchlight specifically. Oh, I actually got it over here. So you have the Lambda, standard Doctor, same whip, 16 point. Doesn't have Mim. I think the Vidocq has.
The Vidocq has Mim.
Yeah, so that's
and NCO.
Mim and NCO is what you're getting, and you're paying 7 points for that. And the fact that it's linkable and has stealth and terrain and BS13 and all that good stuff. So you're getting value for what you're paying. It just depends on if you want to put those points in Doctor.
I've usually seen it with the Vidocq because they want it linked and they want it moving up with the group.
Yes. I'm a real lover of the Strider server, which comes with NCO. So the NCO is less valuable to me.
So you've already got your Lieutenant Order used.
Yes. So yeah. All right, we'll get Luke over. Give us a little bit of insight. And Luke's got his list. Excellent. No code for us though, unfortunately. All righty.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Luke. Or is it? Yes. Yes, afternoon. All right. You've been on Bakunin for a while now. How many 2 days have you taken Bakunin to? It's at least 2.
It is at least 2. I jumped onto Bakunin for Arcfinity to try them out after having a hiatus for a number of years. I started out originally playing Bakunin.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Way back.
Excellent.
And I took them to Border Bash as well.
Cool. So two 5-day events. I think you did really well at Border Bash. I think you came 4th.
Yeah, Submarine. Yeah.
Oh no, 4th, 3rd. You came 3rd because Lachlan Summers came 4th. Because I was going to beat Lachlan and I would have come. No, you came 3rd.
I'll take it. I can't remember.
Oh no, you didn't. No, I
don't think I podiumed.
No. You came 5th.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Lachlan Summer beat me first round.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go. So how has your lists changed from your previous?
This is a list that I've been taking. Yeah. Now
it's not reversed.
This is a list that I've been sort of playing around with different parts for a while now. The core of it is really the Nun link, being the 2 Cenobites, Agatha, Custodia, and the 2 Moiras. And the principle behind it is the Moira sniper typically dies. And so I leave that piece up, and then you reform around the 5, use the HMG as your push piece. Wabera and the Cenobites are downright dirty when they get up in the midfield. So it can put a lot of pressure on. And just the amount of Min-Meg 6 really asks a lot of questions. And then I try and anchor my defensive line both with the sniper and then also with the right girl missile launcher who just keeps warbands honest, can randomly clutch arrow shots off. And that seems to work really well. And then you've got some really key assassination pieces. So the Morlock, Gemma Connolly, and Uberfell. I couldn't squeeze points for 3 Pupniks time.
You got 2.
So only got 2. And the flex piece, which is purely I've not used it yet, is Zoe and Pywell with the sync, which I'm hoping will be able to score me some classifieds and get them forward.
Yeah, that Zoe and Pywell seems like a really good pick into highly classified. Does so many things by herself. She's a character, she's an engineer, she's a hacker. Has a Fort Observer friend, I believe. Yeah,
the Pywell is a Fort Observer, I believe. But I don't know if it is in the sync.
No, it's not in the sync.
No. So
that's okay.
I've previously used the 2 orders version, and that's worked really well. But I decided to try and trim points here and use the sync. And potentially use the Emarat and Jammer on Pywell to put a bit of pressure on targets. Just mix it up.
So this is, I believe I heard you say this is your first time against Torchlight?
Yes, it is. I've never played Torchlight. I've listened to Josh talk about Torchlight.
Do you know much about the army?
No, other than the Prime is going to murder me.
Okay. So there is almost an effect now in Australia where people have talked about the Prime so much that people hyper-focus on it.
Yep.
So as soon as someone puts a Prime on the table, they just go, I'm going to kill that.
Yep.
And then the Prime ends up underperforming relative to what you think it should do.
Sure.
So knowing that, are you going to hyper-focus on the Prime?
I mean, I feel like, I feel like it's something that I've got to take it down because I think with MSV1 and
BS
relatively high
-3.
BS, yeah, it is something that will be able to prey upon the nuns. So if I can have the ability to knock it off, then I'm hoping the nuns will sort of put a bit of pressure on and dominate the midfield a bit. Highly classified's always a weird one though, because depends what you get on the flop.
Yeah, highly classified can be one of those missions where you don't really interact with your opponent. You get classifieds that aren't super interactive.
Yep.
Are you kind of thinking in your first turn you want classifieds first, or you want an alpha? Or?
I think it depends on how he deploys. If I have the opportunity to close out some classifieds, I definitely will do that. Aim is probably not to give him too much. This list has no reach, really. So if he null deploys me, the question will be whether I stage dive the Uberfell in to take out a target versus achieving classifieds.
Predator.
Well, Predator's there, yeah. So it's live. Yep.
How do you feel about Denma with 8-4 and Climbing Plus?
Yeah, Denma is, well, hopefully he's going to do a bit of work, but we'll see. It really depends on what ARO pieces are there and how I can deliver him.
How are you thinking? Is there any thought behind your choice between Morlocks and Zellenkriegers, specifically?
I like the Morlocks because they're cheaper.
You like the Morlocks?
Yeah. They do what they do. I tend to play Morlocks more as smoke pieces.
Yep.
And I'm taking the assault pistol this time just because I find he can chew up pieces range.
Four dice from anything can be scary.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So he seems to be really good at that side. Look, I haven't got a lot of experience with the Zellenkriegers. I appreciate they're probably slightly better because of the aspects.
It's more a personal preference, I would
choice.
say.
Yeah.
Possibly, but you've also got a doctor and a paramedic in your list.
Sure.
So keeping with the wounds would be advantageous in that.
Yeah.
Well, yes, both our players have doctors and engineers.
Yep.
In their lists.
Yep.
As is required by highly classified.
Yeah.
Um.
Probably the only one I'm missing is the Fort Observer. Yeah.
Are you nervous about let's say Josh manages to take them? Are you worried that you won't be able to get up the table? Pushing your Reverend Link too slow? Is it more?
It can be. It can be. Probably where I'm looking at it is I've deployed the Link with the large building in front of it. So if Josh really doesn't give me a lot, my aim will be to get the HMG up there and see if I can cut some targets off down the side, and then potentially drop prone and leave it there and let him see whether he can dig them out, and then maybe come around on turn 2 to sort of counterattack. But yeah, I'll have to judge it by how he places his pieces.
So finally, do you have any budding advice for any young Bakunin players out there?
Oh, yeah. Get into it, have fun. It's a great faction. Mimneg 6 just gives you a lot of pressure. The Cenobites perform amazing for me. Mother Agatha performs really, really good, so definitely worth picking her up. I haven't done a lot of work with the Right Girl Pure Links, but potentially there with Avicenna and Fiddler. I've heard people play really well with that, even as a Harris with the Right Girl Spitfire.
Wait till your opponents get too comfortable with the Nig 6 and then switch over to Right
and switch it over, yeah. There's just a lot of gear checks, I think, in Bakunin, which can ask a lot of questions. And the ability to have some really great warbands, it's fun. I enjoy playing those, so yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Enjoy
guys.
your game.
Cheers.
Alrighty, guys. We are going to head into our game. We are looking like got some lovely deployment zones. So, as Luke was saying, popped a lot of his army at his front line because he's going first. So, I believe we're going to have the Riot Girl link up here.
Yep.
potentially Reverend here, I'm assuming.
It looks like the sniper's on the roof.
Yes, okay.
And so it's already set up, so once the sniper goes down, then the rest link is forward, can reform and move forward.
Josh is going first. I think our Torchlight player is going first. I think. Because he deployed first.
No, Luke deployed first.
I'm confused.
The interviews are opposite the deployment.
Yes. So Luke deployed first and he's going first. So the sniper's already on the roof, ready to take care of stuff. Zoe and Pywell, I think, is over here. Flash Pulse on the roof over there. Potentially a Morlock just to impetuous, not be seen by anything and throw some smoke. Maybe one of those will be Denmark, potentially. Yeah, interesting list. I feel like Bakunin in itself is kind of a slow faction. Yes.
Okay.
I was getting around that.
Okay.
I think Bakunin is a bit of a slow faction. I don't think they have that piece that's almost like a Boktar or something like that.
Oh,
it's a real.
No, but they've still got the warbands.
They do,
and they've got the Uberfalls. So they almost have a spot where they've got stuff that's too fast and then stuff that's slow.
Yeah, they have that real aggressive CC monsters, and then they kind of lack the fast specialists. And I find that a lot of our Bakunin players kind of really love the good specialists like Fiddler and Avicenna and all those kinds of things, and they don't take the midfield. They really lack the midfield sometimes. So we'll see how that goes. Bakunin kind of reminds me of Morats in that they just have overwhelming firepower sometimes. And as Luke said, it really is a gear check.
Yes.
Against other certain factions, like if you're playing French or you're playing QK, sometimes you're like, I can't deal with this.
Do I have MSV? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. But Torchlight is well equipped, I think, to deal with those things. All right, Nick's keeping me honest. Highly less. All right, guys. Not turn 3 either. Turn 1, and it'll be TLB. So,
Bakunin's going first. I know you really want Josh to go first.
Guys, I want TLB to win. Oh my goodness. Forgive me. We are all new to this. So, lovely Bakunin is going first. Considering the classifieds, do you think Luke should actively hunt for Predator?
I don't think he really has to, because Torchlight is still going to come to him.
Yeah. You think maybe it's a risk to go hunting and then kind of lose those face-to-face rolls and risk giving Predator to your opponent?
I think it's going to depend on Josh's deployment. If he's left anything a little out in the open or disconnected, and Luke can get a weird angle with the Uberfalls, up over wherever, it's going to be easy to go and pick it off and then just hide the Uberfalls somewhere in his deployment zone that isn't occupied.
Yeah.
But if not, then Torchlight's going to come to him.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to some degree. I think Bakunin has more potential for the CC.
Yeah.
Most of Josh's CC capability is in the Hellblazers, who are pulling links with them, but they're not. It's not an Uberfall.
Yeah.
Like there's no smoke there. Torchlight doesn't have smoke, so getting into CC is going to be a bit more difficult for Josh than it will be for Luke.
Yeah.
the objective room might end up being the CC tar pit. Because both players kind of want to get into CC, which is interesting because there's not a lot of games where both players really are trying to get into CC. Yeah, I think we're just waiting for players to do their reserve drops. Looking through Josh's DC, we see pairs of camera markers being 2 Moonrakers. Potentially Luke's unfamiliar action, so potentially could drop a Chimera. Maybe like a little.
No. Away from the camera.
That's all right. Excellent. Which have technical difficulties. Yeah. So the Moonrakers are really good. That's probably a mine from Raven Eye, just protecting the. So we've got a core part here. There'll be a prime somewhere. I believe that will be the tag.
Yeah.
Oh, the prime will probably be in reserve.
Yes.
So there, I'm guessing that'll be the Cludger. Probably have another Raven Eye maybe, or a Ment or something like that. HV corner.
Yeah. That's the prime there.
That'll be the prime there. The prime is hiding, not on ARO, as Josh alluded to, because it is probably... Josh has looked at Bakunin's deployment and gone, there is so much mimetism here, I need the prime. The Wrecker is really going to not be super good into this kind of a matchup. Most of the time, the Wrecker is going to be hitting back on a 7. 3 7s at most versus 2 15s because it's pure. That's really rough. So I think the Wrecker is going to more turn into like maybe warband blocking. Or
well, it looks like he's got all his Moonrakers on one side and his mines on one side, and then the other side has
the Wrecker.
An indirect route where he's going to have to go around buildings, and then once he goes around the buildings, he gets to a Wrecker.
Yes.
I see a small problem with that, and that could be the climbing plus. That building, that's the 2 buildings that are in front of the Wrecker.
Yep, so just the grey ones in the center where Josh is saying.
Yeah, if he comes up to the building on the right of the camera and then climbs over that, that's very little reaction time.
Right there. Up to whether Luke spots that. I mean, Luke for us is an excellent player.
Yes.
I very rarely do I win against Luke. So we'll have to see if Luke focuses on classifieds or if Luke wants to decide to kill stuff.
He could also look at it as he's got the Uberfall Commandos, he's got Denma, and got Morlock. So he could fish or almost throw away either the Uberfall or Denma, because the other one can go and stay in reserve, pick up that classified anytime it really.
Yes.
So that Wrecker could easily be a one-way trip for the Warband.
We have our players shaking hands. Like our game's going to be starting. Bakunin is starting.
You got it. Hey.
Hey! Third time's the charm. That's another thing we forgot about.
This extra command token.
Well, Nick, you should have heard us, Hugh and myself, last game. We completely forgot about crazy creatures. And so...
Oh, that's okay. I went around and reminded people.
We saw our players rolling dice, and we were like, what are they rolling dice? And then Hugh went up and asked them, and went, oh, there's crazy creatures. We're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a really good addition to the mission.
All right.
I played the mission a few times prior to adding the crazy creatures, and it could be rough on a second player, but adding that crazy creature there been allowed a bit more tabletop control, regardless of army.
Excellent. Alrighty, so
Looks like Uberfall's moving up.
it looks like we're seeing if the players are playing it as an objective room or not.
Hopefully they are, because that board is really open if you don't have it objective room in the middle.
Well, yeah, if it's an objective room, then it's infinitely tall, but it's also completely see-through. No in or out, so the Uberfall might be taking some shots from something. It looks like it's just, it looks like Luke's just decided to sprint the Uberfall into the room. Yeah, so I wonder what Luke wants to go for.
Well, if nothing is looking into that room, then that Uberfall has some really nasty fire lanes for Eclipse.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Even if the Uberfall is forced to spec fire on a 10, it can still very easily, with the way the terrain's set out, give itself a path to attack pretty much anything it wants.
Yeah.
Looking for just a question.
Yep.
Hacking through a repeater, do they get firewall as well? Like the +3 PKS?
Alrighty. Looks like Luke's deciding what to do.
Absolutely. Heard it's his first game back in a while, so brushing off the cobwebs, as it were.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't really need to sometimes, just because
He's played the same faction for so long pretty consistently.
and he's just good.
For that infinity brain.
You step away for a drink and
You get swiped. You get swiped. All right, we're waiting for our play. I think Luke's kind of figuring out his turn in his head, and then he's just going to go. He's going to smash it all down. So I think the best advice I can give to new players is get good at playing quick. If you can learn to play quick, you'll make maybe not the best decision you could make in, the amount of time you need to think, but you can make 90% of the best decision way faster than your opponent, and you'll fit within the time regiments of a tournament game, and oftentimes players get flustered by their turn 2, their turn 3. If they're running low on time, they're trying to rush things, they kind of say, fuck it, let's just keep going. But if you can learn to make quick decisions, it's going to help you a lot, and you'll have more fun.
plus the more decisions you're making, the more decisions you can learn from.
That's
Good or
another
bad.
thing. Yeah. If you're learning to play, don't worry about making mistakes. You kind of want to make mistakes. There's so many rules that you're inevitably going to make mistakes. So just smash through it, learn from the mistakes, and the next guy who's worrying about the mistakes is going to be like not playing as many games as you. Let's just say. All right.
Okay.
I think. So I think Luke has popped a Pupnik. Yep. So I think that's a dodge roll.
Looks like I think he popped the Pupnik around and ate a template.
Yes, I think potentially one of the mines from the Moonrakers.
I believe so.
Yeah, yeah. And the 5 would pass the dodge roll because dodging on a 16 from a mine, which is ridiculous. No noticeable difference. Okay. Let me just. I think like it's changed. We might just have to talk louder.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying to not talk too loud as to have them possibly over here, but. Oh, hey, look who's going for the record.
Yeah. All right. So sorry about that, Wookie. It should be better. We just need to talk loud.
Okay.
We don't. Yeah, we definitely don't need to because we're cutting out all the background noise as well, so we can just talk as loud as we want.
Okay.
All right. So we've missed a little of what's happened.
He's been running, I believe, a Pupnik around toward the wrecker, but. Oh. Oh, that was Demma.
Denma has failed his dodge against an EM mine. Ooh, looking to hunt the wrecker, it seems like.
Yes.
So that would be the Ravenized EM mine.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
So he moved the Pupniks and the Uberfall into the room to then make room for Denma to come after the wrecker.
Yes. Yeah, Denver getting isolated is actually a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Realistically, he's not getting fixed.
Not this round.
No.
Because next round he's impetuous, so he can start off by. Can you reset on an as the second part of impetuous?
That's a question. That's a question for the game master.
Yeah, let me start looking this up.
Can you reset off an impetuous order? There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So that's very rough for Luke.
Yeah, especially so close to
the wrecker. Especially with the 8-4 move. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if he had dodged that, then he would have moved up and had line of fire to the wrecker to berserk in.
Denman dodges 4.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And you berserk him, and I'm not actually sure you'd want to berserk because the wrecker's got 3 wounds.
Yeah.
And Denman's going to explode anyway. So I'd probably just run in and maybe dodge, and then just use the wrecker as a body block to cover you from other arrows, and then just spend the rest of your turn blowing up the wrecker. I'm not sure if going after the wrecker is the right play though. Realistically, it's a BS-13. Sure, if it hits you, you melt, but I don't think it's that much of a threat relative to how much effort it takes to get rid of.
I think it's still the easiest thing for him to go after.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be doing classifieds. Like especially sabotage, vigilance, doing a whip check on a trooper in the enemy half of the table. It's going to be the easiest time for Luke to do it now.
Yeah.
And that might actually be. That's veteran elite chain of command, isn't it? Or just veteran elite? I'm not 100% certain, but I think characters might be able to do it.
Characters are veterans.
Yes.
Let me get my cards out.
All right, so it seems like Luke's decided to spend his turn doing stuff with Zoe and Pywell. Potentially, he wants to fix Denmark. I don't know if that's going to be too many orders.
Vigilance is medium and heavy, like
medium heavy infantry. All right, so that's pretty much just going to be the Riot Girl and most of his core link. So that means that the Riot Girl's not going to run up the table, so it probably means that the Observance Link's going to have to run up the table. That's also going to be very easy for Josh to do. Torchlight Links are formed with cheap heavy infantry, and the Kludger is also medium infantry. So, yeah. Now, what do you think about this play of moving Zoe and Pywell to potentially fix Denmar's isolate?
I don't. Ooh. Well, I don't think there's anything looking that direction, and I'm trying to remember his list. Was Zoe and Pywell in?
Zoe and Pywell was in Group 2.
Yes.
In the small group. And Denver was in Group 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Yeah, then that's a good idea.
Yep.
Saves the pool so that if he gets Denma up and running again, then it's easy to still have plenty of orders left on Denma and pick up where he left off.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it seems like that is what's happening.
Yep.
Again, I guess if you blow up the Wrecker, you're doing good for Predator. So if Luke can nail down Predator this turn, I think that's a good weight off his shoulders. If you're pressuring your opponent to try and get, because I think the other 3 classifieds are fairly easy to get. Whip check, whip 14. Spotlighting a HV, a model, I believe.
Oh.
Yep, so O12 Prestige in Group 2 for one final order.
I do not like
I'm not exactly... I'm guessing Luke's spotlighting the HVT. And then potentially he's going to heal. Or he's going to... Ooh. Potentially going to hack the Wrecker through Pywell, because Pywell is a repeater and is a peripheral as well. So you can engineer through Pywell. Unlike the other variation where she's a separate model.
Yes.
So that's an interesting choice.
It's not bad, because he's taking care of a couple things while he's up there.
Yeah. This is the real good thing about Zoe and Pywell, is that they just do so much.
I'm gonna
Cool. So we're getting a reset from the Wrecker. And we're going to try and Oblivion the tag. So Wrecker is BTS 9 as well. All right, that is an 11. That's a very, very good reset roll. Looking for... Ooh, that's a crit.
Ooh.
Oh, that's rough. That's very rough. But the Wrecker will need 12s. Half BTS from 9 will put you to 5. 2 12s, that's a fail. That ain't happening. The Wrecker is... correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. Does that mean that Josh is able to O12 in his Group 2 now?
No, because the model is still in the group. It still occupies the same slot in the group.
Right, yes.
So it's not until the model is
dead.
Removed. So or dead and off the board, or transferred to the other group.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
Cool. I believe if it's scepterized as well, it no longer counts as in the group, so you can O12 it.
Yeah.
Not that I was looking up scepters the other day.
How dare you? Everyone's hopping on Combined. It's scary. All right, so time for Group 1, and Luke is going to be sprinting up the table with his Observance Link.
Okay, so it looks like the sniper was left on Link.
Yes. Yeah. So potentially go up to a classified, come back and reform the Link. we'll see how that works out. I'm not.
Because he could also bring them up, and the red not in objective room building, get them up there and bunker them, because that'll put them in nice range bands with their lighter weaponry to engage his core team as it moves out.
Yeah. The only potential issue I have with that, obviously Luke doesn't know Torchlight very well, but Torchlight have plenty of templates.
Yeah.
Cenobites take templates very well, but again, you also have hackers, pitches, that kind of thing. So the Cenobites are vulnerable, and the Moiras and things can go unconscious with a wound. Look, I could be completely wrong. Maybe throwing them up the table is just a good way of preventing Josh from doing classifieds.
Can't vigilance when you're in the opponent's side.
That's exactly it. So Luke maybe needs to make sure that he doesn't leave a model on his side. But ultimately, something needs to go unconscious. Yeah, so it looks like we're peeking a Stormbot. Potentially. Peeking something. Peeking something. Might even be peeking the Prime.
Yes, it is the Prime.
Alright, so the Prime's an arrow.
Whether it wanted to or not.
That's it. It's getting shot no matter what. So again, the hyperfixation with Torchlight Primes continues. All right, we're looking for 12s for both players. Just one for our Bakunin player. The Prime will be 8 armor and cover, needing an 8. And takes a wound.
That is not an 8.
That is not bueno. But the Prime will be able to pop back into cover if it chooses to. Oh no, it's happening again, guys. 12s v 12s. Just an 11. Maybe Josh can make an armor save this time. Yep. So Josh makes the armor save.
Stands his ground.
Yeah, I think Luke could potentially be running out of orders. Yeah, I think if I was Josh, I would have hidden the Prime after that.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't pull it back on the first one.
Just so I could heal it, guaranteed get that classified. Son of a gun.
Hey, it's back. The camera just decided it had a different zoom.
I think the phone died.
Oh. Okay, so looks like the phone may have disliked the temperature it was running at.
You need a heat pack?
Looks like Luke has accomplished combat support by paramedicing or doctoring up the Reverend that went down.
We love technical difficulties.
Okay, so it looks like he brought the gun back up, accomplished combat support, and is now going for the face-to-face with the Prime again.
Excellent. All right. Sorry, guys. We had a phone get very toasty, so we're just gonna have to. We are gonna have to deal with it. This is why we get proper equipment. But we've discovered our shortcomings.
Yes, good to have this now, as opposed to in a couple of weeks at Burn City Brawl.
Yes, absolutely. Funnily enough, it was an expensive phone that that overheated and died. All right. Cool. We'll have to fix. That one. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Boom.
Okay. Looks like Josh has started up. And looks like this has not refreshed.
Technical difficult. Oop. We love it, guys. We love it. It crashes all the time. It was kind of good before. Alright, guys. So he's hit Denver once.
Okay, that looks like it's working again.
This is why we need a proper proper things, guys.
You're saying there might be issues with jury rigging 4 different phones.
All right, the wrecker has imploded. Denmark.
No,
Oh, I will.
we'll one flag on Denver.
Denmark might be crispying.
And it's not conscious. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah,
All right, Denmark has gone unconscious. Pywell's kaput, but though he's still there, potentially to heal. But I don't think Josh is going to give Luke the chance to do that.
Yep.
Ah. So I think the Prime potentially went unconscious.
I'm not sure. I missed that.
Command.
I didn't see the dice go when after he brought her back up.
Yes.
Q. Is the prime down? Is the prime down? Okay, yes. So it looks like after he brought the Reverend back up, and that final engagement put the prime down. So it looks like it's unconscious over there.
Yes. We have a little
Oh, look!
God Ray.
Yeah.
All right. Seems like the wreck is going to be going for a walk. Of course, he's isolated, so.
Okay.
So I think Josh's plan here is to coup de grace Denmark and count it as a predator kill.
I think the first thing he's going for is engineering.
Fix the isolate.
Although that looks like a 17 on the engineering roll.
That was for something else, I think.
Okay.
Or it might be for the engineering roll, I'm not sure. Did the
Okay.
Clodger fail?
It just keeps failing its clear states.
Alright.
I'll just spend the last one.
Alright, we're going for clear states. 12.
Oh,
12 is good. Mother trucker. Mother trucker, guys. We're not loving it. Guys, it was playing up before, and then it worked for like 2 hours. Now it decides to play up again. All right, I think it's time to heal the prime, and then go on a rampage. Unfortunately, it seems like Luke's attack kind of fell flat. He didn't manage to put the prime all the way to dead.
he didn't.
Then isolated, and forced to run Zoe and Pyrell up the table to kind of do something.
Yeah, but that's been traded off by all the orders in the prime's pool going to reset it.
The Cludger's in the second pool.
Isn't the Cludger and the prime...
The Cludger and the Wrecker, sorry. So the Wrecker's
sorry,
the tag.
sorry. Wrecker, yes, that one.
So the Wrecker didn't manage to do anything just because the Cludger spent 4 orders trying to clear the states.
Sorry. Yes, that pool spent all the orders clearing states on the Wrecker, and it looks like the Doctor's not immediately close to the prime, so he's going to have to spend
He's going to have to spend
2 or 3 orders to get to the prime.
Yeah. Prone.
Yeah.
NCO does help
Yeah.
with that. And Josh will probably have to remake the link as well.
Yep.
So as he was saying before, lots of command token usage required for all these links. But
Yeah. So, well, you're right. Luke's turn didn't seem to do all that much, but Josh has spent most of his first turn undoing the states that Luke put on him.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just worried. Yeah, so the fact that Josh wasn't able to coup de grace Denmark might be an important factor in the next turn, just because if they can get Denmark back up, it's going to be scary for Josh. We've got some pitches being fired, potentially counteracting that link.
Ooh.
Coming from the Wave Rider. Potentially targeting that Custodia, actually, in the link. Breaking down, if you can get rid of one of those members, you'll lose 2 BS, which will put the Prime in the advantageous for that firefight if he gets back up. This all depends on how many orders Josh has, though.
I think it's to depend on how, if it takes as long as it did to clear the record as
Healing the prime.
yeah.
Fortunately, Josh can keep re-rolling for the heals. He couldn't re-roll. Couldn't re-roll the clear states. Cool. So we've got some pitcher rolls on 15s. Fucking piece of shit. I despise technology. Guys, we might not have a dice cam. We'll just have regular fucking cams. Oh, that was the wrong one. We have two of the same camera. What? What? What are you doing? Well, we know at least Josh has landed his pitcher, and I believe the custodian is going to get zapped in the face. Yep, it's working. A 9 on the reset. 11 will win. Going for the isolate. Isolate. I must be a Kappa hacker. Isolated, so potentially either a member drop because Moira's had number 2, I believe. You're right. Well, key streaming is dynamic.
Sometimes the camera works. Sometimes the camera doesn't.
That's it. It looks like we're gonna have to fork out $800 for cameras. That's all I can say. All right, Josh is playing with his link again. Probably just gonna isolate more stuff. I'm guessing Josh maybe thought the custodian might be the lieutenant, the potential lieutenant option. A 1. Yep. Is that? Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Like $800 for 3. So he's revived the prime and he's brought it back into the link. So we might be getting some fights, which is why we're here. Remarque, what can you sort out for us? Because the way this is going, we need all the help we can get. May as well have made a tabletop tournament or a tabletop simulator tournament.
The other thing he could have done with that isolation, depending on how spread out that unit is, the fire team is, if he isolates the one in the middle, he can, even if he has number 2, he can force it to go to one side or the other. But I don't think he's got it spread out too much.
Is coherency checked then? Coherency would be checked.
The number 2 would would move, but as soon as he does anything that requires the fire team, he would check coherency.
Yeah, yep. Alright. That would make sense. That would definitely make sense.
Yeah. But it doesn't look from this angle like he's got the fire team spread out so much that you could turn off the middle.
Yeah. What we need is a third person to just walk around with the camera. Alrighty. 17 is a fail on the reset. 13 is a crit on a Kappa Hacker. Nope. Oh, I believe. Something's happened to someone.
I think he's turning the other Cenobite off.
Yes.
At that point, he's now down to at most 3 in the link. So he's also lost 6 cents.
Oh, Pre-Marquet, you don't happen to be Cam, do you? Yeah, alright. See if you can help us. We'll try and figure it out as we go along.
I'm good. Thanks.
You bought me lunch.
Ooh. Reset on something.
Alrighty, so potentially some peeking of some Cenobites, trying to deconstruct this link. Okay.
Okay, so we're
Well, Oats Brawl prestiging, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Moonrake is going to be peeking the Chimera, because that is definitely a dangerous piece, especially shoving more up the table. We'll see if this pans out for him, but it's going to be fairly even dice.
Reveals the Moonraker.
Alright, so we're going to be going to a 113. Well, it doesn't matter. That's alright. Double fives ain't going to do it. But that's alright. There is now Eclipse on the Chimera, and it is safe. It's probably safe for the rest of this turn, which is not good for Josh.
Surprised he didn't drop templates.
Dropping templates would have forced a regular dodge, but I think Josh wanted to face in case Luke rolled a 1 or a 2 or something like that. But yeah, that would have forced a regular dodge, which means you might have had another opportunity to potentially shoot it with something else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right, because the camo. Sorry. Order of operations is opposite because he came out around to the camo.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Because they have surprise attack, right?
It does have surprise attack.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Luke should have been on a 13, but he rolled an 11, which is same difference.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I can see why. I think that was better.
We can deal with cables. They just have to be long enough to reach the table. So we probably want them about 5-6 meters. Maybe extensions. There might be extensions for webcams, kind of thing.
Just depends on what cable it is.
Yeah, if it's like a webcam cable. Wireless is prone to interference. Look, we get what we get. I think Luke stole my. He stole my card. He take my money. If you have USB extensions and they work, we could do that. I've never used a USB extension before, but webcams, like 4K webcams, would work probably better than the cameras. And if they're the same webcam, they'll look the same.
Yeah. I think USB extensions, as long as everything's got its own power, shouldn't have any issue.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm going to quickly hop to the toilet.
Okay.
And get a
They're just clarifying that both of them have done combat support.
You know what might actually be a good addition? Like a standing desk. Potentially. Being able to... I don't know. Throwing out ideas.
I think this works fine.
Yeah, so Cam, if you can nab us a couple 4K webcams, if they're available, I can get some USB extensions, and that might be a better solution. Like, they can still attach to those poles, and they'll just be more reliable.
We should also pick up some of the cable covers.
Yes.
Should only need one or two, just and run everything in it.
Yeah. I think this is okay as well, having the table this close. I think I was a bit more concerned about the players hearing us, but I don't... Yeah, they're zoned in. It's
and there's enough noise out there anyways.
Yeah. So this is fine.
Yeah, because I have to concentrate to hear them, which means they would have to concentrate to hear us.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so... we're still in Josh's turn. And he's
been moving the link around, but I haven't quite figured out. I think he might just be positioning them for the end of his turn.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing he hasn't dealt with the observance link as much as he wanted to. But the repeater the picture will still be there. So any activation is just going to be spotlight. So I will be.
So I think Luke's reset one of them.
Yeah, potentially. Luke's on a 9. All right. One fail. So that would be the Moira Sniper unconscious. Doing that in one order is fairly efficient. I think that was prime shooting. All right, so 4 on the core, 1 isolated. Okay, so it seems like fairly large amount of orders taken away from Luke, even if a couple of things isolated. If Denmark can get back up,
Yeah, if he can get... Because he's got Reverend Mother, but she's on the opposite side of the board.
well, Denmark's
and he-
structure.
Oh, Demo structure.
Yeah, so
Oh, I forget about that.
yeah. So Zoe can just run around and go, "Whatcha?" Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Which explains why he ran down Denma on the same side as Zoe.
Yes. There's always a purpose to what Luke does, even if he doesn't mean for it. And the Chimera, of course. I think that's going to be eating some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think Luke's going to have a problem with getting Predator
No.
this turn. The Reverend Link's in a good position to get Vigilance. I think he's already spotlit the HVT
He spotlit it once.
that we know of, potentially. Yeah, so if he's
I
definitely...
believe he's only spotlit it once. Because he hasn't tagged himself as...
Yep, he's discovered a camera marker, being a beast hunter. He's definitely in a good spot to spotlight it again as well.
Yeah.
And just depending on what Luke's hidden classified is. Yeah, strong position for Bakunin. Unfortunately, Josh's Torchlight seemed to be a bit inefficient in what he wanted to do, spending a couple orders to get the Doctor down to heal the Prime, having to spend 3 or 4 orders just to negate the Wreckers.
Isolated.
Clear the states. So yeah. But should be a fair bit of resistance as well. Nah, it's alright, Cam. We'll stay sitting. I think the standing desk was just a silly idea so we could see the table, but I mean...
It wouldn't really give us much better view than the cameras will.
Yeah, it won't give us better view than cameras will.
And it doesn't let us sit down.
Yeah, we need to sit down. We definitely need to sit down. All right. I can hope my phone has is not overheating anymore. I find that very, very interesting as well. That the older, cheap, shittier phones survived, and the new phone killed itself.
More processing power, more problems?
Apparently. I mean, you're just having a camera open. All right. It looks like Luke's going to do what we suggested. Throw Zoe somewhere near Denmark and heal him. Whip 15 is very reliable. Unfortunately, she'll have to. I'm not sure. He might try and Gizmo Kit Denmark because he'll have to cross.
Yes.
Cross the way.
Zoe's speed 4?
I think 4-4.
4-4? Okay, so she's not going to cautious move.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Get through there.
I don't think she can either because of being in zone of control potentially.
Oh, and she doesn't have stealth. Yep. Oh, but she has Gizmo Kit +1 burst.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so, and looking for 214.
All right. Going for a spotlight. Spotlighting the HVT. 8. That'll get him the classified. Josh has rolled a 9, potentially for a reset or a dodge. Clutcher doesn't dodge.
Zone of control dodge and the clutcher fails.
Yep, unfortunate on that regard. Now I think Denmar's going to be getting some juice, and he's probably going to be, if I was going to say, berserking the bludger. I think that's what I would do.
I'm not sure if he can see the clutcher from where he stands up.
Not berserk, sorry, but he moves 8, so he'll definitely get into CC with the bludger, absolutely. Yeah, because Luke could carbonite or total control the tag, and then Denmar's free to Rampage.
Yeah.
Definitely total control because the Wrecker is BTS 9. Alright. 20 is going to be failed. DA, damage 16. 8's going to pass by 1. 8 plus 9 is 17.
My BTS 9.
Your BTS 9, my friend. 8 plus 9 is 17. Disgusting.
Yeah. It is a tough one to crack.
Yes, very tough.
But oh, when you do it, it is lovely. We corrected him. It's 9.
It's BTS 9.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
BTS disgusting. 5's a good dodge. Now Josh is asking questions I don't know the answer to. Are you done with your game?
That's the way right. That's like all the
Yep. Okay. Do you think what Luke's doing right now is the better play? Do you think it's the right approach?
I'm not sure. Definitely the spotlight was necessary.
Alright, so Luke's gone for a HVT classified. Oh, 1. That's good.
Okay, so yes, the answer is yes. He was doing the correct thing because it's his own. He's
hidden classified, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Kludger successfully dodges, gets into line of sight of Zoe. Yeah.
So now the question is, does he leave it there or try to go Gizmo Kit Denma?
I think Gizmo kitting Denma is the right play. Even if you only get into close combat with the tag, you've locked the tag out of doing anything.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't Gizmo Kit Denma on the way in.
Yeah, I am
because he moves, the Wrecker declares reset, and then he just shoots Denma. The Wrecker doesn't have any states on it, so it's a useless reset.
Yeah, maybe lack of orders.
Possibly.
Maybe thinking too many things. Maybe redundancy. Maybe didn't want to heal Denma and have 1 order left to do that hidden classified when it's so important.
Yes.
Maybe have some 2 or 3 order redundancy. Looks like things are exploding.
Mm-hmm.
So Beast Hunter explodes, and whatever that was. Alright guys, the tactical bow Beast Hunter didn't do anything.
Taco didn't say anything.
Oh. I like the option, the attack bow on the Beast Hunter, but it's just not fast enough to get into a position to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. And versus a Panzerfaust, getting the range is very important.
So many times, just randomly throughout the game.
Oh yeah, I remember our game.
Yeah.
I remember our game with the Beast Hunter. Yeah. I remember. Cheshkin exploding.
Yeah.
5 dice on what? Even 9s, and you were 1 on an 11 or 1. Yeah, 1 on an 11.
Yeah.
Twice. I lost both times.
Was that the same one that
Then
your
ate my speculo?
Yeah.
Yep.
The flashbot discovered
Speculo
and then
failed
flashed.
to kill a flashbot.
Yeah. Discovered, flashed your speculo, and then the Beast Hunter came over and jumped into combat with the stunned speculo. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a lovely game.
Could I bother you for a second? Can I have my card back? Thank you, sir. All right.
Okay. So, what is Luke thinking? Do I switch to the other camera? From Luke's perspective?
There isn't another camera. Remember, it died.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's
You swapped out. Yes.
yeah.
I see it
I
now.
thought one angle and a dice cam would have been better than
Yes.
no dice cam.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, but we can potentially pull that camera out now and have it not explode.
I'm one on the
Cancel dice. Loves it. Excellent. That was Pywell versus the Bludger. Potentially going again. I'm not sure why Luke.
I think Pywell.
Sorry, Zoe.
Sorry, Zoe got
Yeah.
into cover there. Oh, no, sorry. Zoe fired and moved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. For some reason, I thought that was Zoe, not the HVT.
Oh.
Yeah. So Zoe's peeked into cover, and now potentially healing Denmark. He's talking it to himself. Are you winning, son? Someone's winning. It's not us with the amount of technical difficulties we've been having. It's probably Luke at the moment. Alright, so we're going to reset on the Wrecker, and we're throwing out Gizmo kits on the Cludger, I'm presuming, or on the Denmark.
Oh, no, it's trying to Oblivion.
Yeah, alright. 12's good. He needs a crit. 11's not going to do it. So Josh is going to need a 12. No. I'm not sure I like that play. I don't think it's super valuable having the Wrecker isolated.
It might depend on how many orders he has left, because so he's already pulled the Cludger away, and the Cludger is now moving even further away.
Yeah, if I was in Luke's position and I was thinking properly, I would sit there and go, the Wrecker, even isolated, is going to have 2 orders.
But the first activation, it's already in the hacking area of Pywell, or of Zoe,
Yes, but I think
and it's in a -9 to reset.
I think it's 6 inches. He'll be able to face that hack. Or at the very least, just drop 2 templates on
Okay.
Zoe. And if
Ooh, Zoe's going after the Cludger.
for 11s, that's a crit.
Oh, and a hit.
I believe that's an 11 on Josh's account, which is not going
Yes.
to hit because Cludger's a BS13. So just a crit, and the Cludger unconscious.
Okay, that's
Yes, I think
that was a good call then.
yeah, I think Josh dodging the Cludger around the corner out of cover
Yeah,
might not have been the best.
yeah. Got Luke to
And-
change his mind.
Yes, and 5's going to be 1 off the reset needed. Needing a 4.
from you.
Beer just appears before me. Alright, so bad stuff for Josh. He's lost the engineer. The wrecker's only resetting on pause. If
I
carbonated,
think
it'll
at
reset.
this point, depending on how many orders left, just make sure. Actually, right now Zoe's in an excellent place because as soon as the wrecker activates, goes for carbonite,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
and then no engineer to bring it back up.
Yeah. I still think
Yeah.
if I was Luke and I had that extra order, I would try and heal Denma. Because double gizmo kit's decently reliable and Denma's physique 14.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible, but it's potentially Luke wanted to go after the Cludger to remove Josh's options for classifieds.
I think it was just an opportunity because Josh dodged the Cludger around, so Zoe could catch it out of cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because both for classified and for is there anything else that actually needs the engineer at this point? Because they've both done combat
They've
support.
both done combat support. Not unless
So I think it's just now support of the Cludger, or the wrecker.
not unless there is a Josh's hidden classified is another engineer,
Yeah.
which could be the case. All right, running across. I'm not 100% sure what that model is. It's running to CC, and I don't think it's the Uberfall. So I'm guessing it might be a Morlock or it might be a what is it?
Just one of the Pupniks?
No, the heavy infantry guys that are good at Cenobite. Might be a Cenobite because they're decent at CC. 15's probably a miss. Oh, 215s. Ah. Okay, so it wasn't a Cenobite. It might have been a Morlock. Alright, we've got the Chimera. I'm guessing the Chimera is going to run and try and eat the Moonraker.
That or it's going to the his core. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, actually,
I think the Moonraker is. Still,
the Moonraker's just outside the door. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the Moonraker is still staring at the door from the last order. Yep. So Luke's going to drop smoke in response. Three. Oh no. Seven. All right. So I think the Chimera's taken a hit. I think it's unconscious. Yeah. So there goes that plan.
Yeah, there's a doctor not too far away.
There's structure as well.
Oh right.
Bakunin, what are you doing to me?
All this biological structure.
Apupniks are wounds, I believe. But yeah. Another reason why Chimera are overpowered. Because Toha can't brain blast them. Alright, we're going with the link.
Oh, the
Spitfire
moderator and
Riker
Riker.
missile. Yep. Seems like we can potentially see something. So I think he's just gonna overwatch the area of his link with the missile.
Yeah, I think he's just
Protected.
reorganizing it for better fire lanes.
Yeah.
And it sounded like he might be also getting his paramedic into a better position.
Yeah. All right, Luke doesn't look super happy with that result. Yeah, it's Bakunin players are never a great feeling when your Chimera goes unconscious for no particular reason. But
Be brave.
probably could have been worth it. I think the Chimera was taking an ARO from the Moonraker and from a Flash Pulse. It can ignore the Flash Pulse, but I think it might have been better for Luke to maybe combi rifle the Moonraker, just have 3 dice. Obviously, the Moonraker's on a high number, but 1 dice v 1 dice isn't super reliable. Yeah. What do you think? So it'd be 3 8s versus a 17, or a 17 versus a 16.
But he's still got a heavy shotgun.
Yeah.
So depending, like I think shooting slugs is still the right option for the reaction.
Well,
But maybe
you find out what Josh does before you have to choose. So if Josh drops a template, you can dodge. If Josh hits modes you, then you make the decision between whether you want to smoke dodge or you want to shoot back.
Yeah.
I think I probably would have shot back. Your numbers are still lower than your opponent's numbers.
Yeah.
And 3 dice is just...
You could have also held the Chimera back while it was still at... They're not impetuous, right?
They are impetuous.
They are impetuous. Never mind. Okay.
How are things going?
I'm going to do a lot of work to score some classifieds this one.
Can you give us a rundown of what classifieds people have scored?
So Lucas scored HPT designation.
Yep.
He's also scored combat support.
Yep.
And he scored his classified.
Excellent. Right. And his classified was...
HPT retro engineering.
So engineer HBT. Yep. Combat support?
Combat support. I can score with this round really easily. Because he's got 2 unconscious models right next to me.
Yeah.
He scored 2.
All right. All right, guys. We have currently our Bakunin player has 2 main classifieds and their secondary, and our TLB player has just one of the main classifieds. But that's probably going to change very soon. You both will. All right, looks like Prime is running into the table. Looks like there might be a cheeky line through there potentially. Shoot at stuff along the wall.
Yeah. Yep.
That's going to be really bad for...
I think some of them might be out of cover too.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be out of cover.
So yeah, I actually picked 1, so this will be just +3. I'll be 9 next recover and then 3.
So it looks like 5 15s versus 2 9s.
Yep. Because the Reverends are now a Harry's.
Yeah. Yeah. It's...
Oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
All right. This is not going to be good. I'm guessing this is an Moira of some variety.
That might be the isolated one.
It's one in the Harris, so...
Oh, you're right. It wasn't the Harris. So it's not the isolated one.
Is that the big cock?
Yes, it is.
5. 5's all right, but we've got lots.
There's a 7 and a couple low teens in there.
Yes. Yes. Exploded. Ooh. Just unconscious.
Yeah.
Jeez.
In case Steven wants to do combat support a few more times.
Disgusting. But it is unconscious, which means the link is virtually broken, even if it is still a duo.
Yeah.
The ARO presence is not going to be there. The prime is pretty much going to be able to walk across the table.
Yeah.
Even in bad ranges, it's going to tear you up. So I think Josh is in the prime position now to just get a bunch of classifieds.
Prime
Luke on the
position?
back. Yep. Josh is in the primest of primes to set up, get the classifieds, put Luke on the back foot for Luke's third turn.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke only needs 2 classifieds, one of them being Vigilance, which is fairly easy to get. But
I think Luke's going to have some issues getting Predator at this point.
yeah, so maybe Luke focusing on Predator last turn might have been played.
So
Alright.
Vigilant should be pretty easy because, like, if nothing else, Luke's got unconscious medium infantry on his side of the board. So
Well, I think it's
After-
it's against any enemy trooper, but it has to be done by a medium or heavy infantry. So that's the thing that
yes.
makes the whip check. It's just any enemy
Gotcha.
trooper in the other side of the table.
okay,
Yeah. So
even easier. And then Luke's got multiple unconscious models that are right next to Josh's. So
I think Predator's going to be another easy one to
yeah,
get.
2 coups is
I actually think you can coup de grace the Pupniks as well because they're disconnected.
they're disconnected. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're as good as unconscious.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be ridiculously easy. And then the Wrecker, potentially, I think that might be above 8, so the Wrecker might be able to come back here and maybe swing on Zoe, and if she tries to hack you, you just drop 2 chain rifles on her. And just...
Well, yeah, there's 2 options. Although with the unconscious Moira over there, I think, yeah, he can do Predator on that side, and then
He can
just
just do Predator on the Chimera and the Pupnik.
yeah, just walk the Wrecker somewhere that it has line of fire to Zoe, and dare her to do anything that and
isn't
then eat a
dodging.
shot. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. 2 is good for something. I'm guessing that might be a dodge or a reset. It's a dodge. He's going to be peeking out, looking at the prime, potentially. Maybe. He's deciding. All right. It might be the TLB tournament, guys. And you might be getting Val back for round 3. Yeah, so I think Josh now is going in with the Moonraker to just get some coup de grace. Oh.
moving the stuff also wasn't that difficult.
No.
So we could, like, if that table was also running, we could do like round 1, round 2, round 3.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then second day, swap out what tables are on those.
Yeah, sorry guys, we were just discussing private business. Yeah, just talking about future tournaments, that kind of thing. It looks like Josh is just steamrolling up the table.
Prime will do that once you kill off the guns.
Yeah, so I think this being Luke's first lesson against TLB, reinforcing the idea that you need to deal with the Prime.
He's going to take on the rocket launcher, or the missile launcher, I think.
Oh,
So
really?
he's snuck him around, so he's got, looks like line of fire out of cover in good range band.
Out of cover up here.
Oh, sorry, no. Moving from cover and keeping cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So the Prime is the perfect thing to deal with MSV1 pieces because beast attack -3 isn't countered by MSV1.
Yeah.
So you get stuffed. A 2, not the best. I think Josh is about to paste whatever he's shooting at. Yep, good range will be 15s. It seems like good range for me.
That's all right. I've got one. You've got okay. So
That was a tape measure breakage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We've got 2 10s, 5 15s. It's really not good odds. The Prime really is great at hitting things. Not having AP sometimes hurts it, but I don't think against a Riot Girl it's going to be
I don't think.
super important. All right, double 14s, 9. That's pretty good. And Luke misses both times, so I think that's 4 hits. Yep. 4 11s. Loves it. Absolutely loves it. And Josh shakes his head in disgust.
I'm also going to keep me in this game.
So it might be a run it back situation. All right. Dodge on a 5. So something in zone of control, I'm guessing. The other thing we might want is I just need to figure out a way so we can listen through those. If they're webcams, I'm not sure how we'll be able to listen through them. I'll have to figure out some way. But it is kind of important in retrospect.
We'd almost need headphones for ourselves.
Yes.
Even like
yes.
a one-sided headphone.
Yeah, that's what we've got here. We can plug multiple headphones into this. Or even you can copy things out. Even if it's, we were testing it before, even if it's not super loud, you can play it through a monitor and it won't get picked up by this, but we can still hear it.
Okay.
The only problem is right now I can play it through this, but we'll hear ourselves. So we'll hear them, but we will hear ourselves at the same time, which is
Need to
awkward.
figure out how to
Yeah, I can't.
split.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. So I can feed the audio through OBS, but I can't feed it through the headphones for some ungodly reason.
Okay.
All right. 5 is a good dodge on whatever is dodging.
Looks like some more line of fire, no line of fire dodges, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like potentially Cenobite or Moira. I think most of Luke's Link is unconscious at this point.
One moment. Question there.
Hello, Kevin. The background noise is the phone camera. I can turn that off, but you could just casually hear the table. There's that. So what I should be able to do now.
Oh, and for update on the table, that was a Cenobite dodging into the prime. So the prime is now engaged.
Excellent. That's what happens to primes. Don't know what that's doing. Why are you being weird? Just delete it. There we go. Good there. Go to the left. There we go. All right. We can see the classifieds now as well. We can see that Luke scored 2. No one scored Predator yet. Yay, dead Prime. Woo! Fuck the Prime. All right. We pray again that Deer program doesn't kill itself for the 5th time. 15. Probably not good. Alrighty. What have we got here? I think we have a Hellblazer potentially running up the table. Vigilance. All right. Everything in Torchlight is whip 13, and a 5's good. Good morning, Kevin. What time is it in the UK? It must be like 4 in the morning or something ridiculous. All right. Do you remember if Josh achieved his hidden classified?
He is not yet.
All right.
Not that I'm aware of.
6:30. Very nice. Nice and early. We've had the stressful day. Hey Nick, this round only has 16 minutes left. Do you think this round's going to end in 16 minutes?
No. Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah, side effect of us playing around the recordings is not being quite on top of time as much.
No. No.
But we'll have to figure that out as
We'll figure it out.
the interviews and I think might have to be
Well, I think the interviews was just the interviews is fine because it's just during the deployment. People are just taking way too fucking long to deploy.
I think they also aren't necessarily approaching us after they're done deploying because we're talking with their opponent about their list.
Yes, okay.
So
Yep.
letting them know a way to signal us as
Yep.
soon as they're done deploying so we can swap over.
Yep. All right. We see here in the kind of bottom middle, we see Luke's HVT.
Yeah.
So I think if Josh manages to push his Kappa hacker,
Yes.
or his Wave Rider, I think the Wave Rider might have been a killer hacker, but if he can push the Kappa hacker here,
Yeah,
he can
just
attempt
ding,
to do. I'm kind of surprised he's not doing Predator because it's almost guaranteed.
I'm not sure what his order pulls are looking like, but I think he's trying to put down the ARO pieces first
Yeah, I'm not
to
certain.
clean up what he and going and doing Predator. He also might just feel confident enough. I'm not sure if he's put down the Doctor.
Yeah.
Because if the Doctor's been put down, he just has to not put him in retreat.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
paramedic is way over there on the roof on the right-hand side and isn't going to be able to get over and recover enough things. So there's not really time pressure on Predator.
Yeah. All right. So the Prime's still in close combat with
Yep.
a Cenobite, more than likely.
Looks like the Cenobite's doing some no line of fire dodges just
Yeah.
to position better.
Just sneak around.
Hey, remember what you said he should do?
Yep. It
I
seems
think he's
like-
doing that.
Yep. It seems like it's the Wave Rider though, because he's moved 6. Or maybe not. Maybe he's just spending orders. I have no idea what he's doing.
Oh. He's decharging,
Yep.
so he's got sabotage.
Yep. So that's definitely a Wave Rider. That's the interesting thing about highly classified is that do you feel more often than not the cards play more of a role than the factions?
Barring list building? Yes, because they determine how much you interact with the other faction.
Kevin, we can kind of hear what Luke and Josh are saying. We kind of get the general gist. In the first game, we kind of kept them far away because we didn't want to spoil anything, but it didn't really work. So Hugh and I were kind of playing the guessing game of what was happening. But we hear snippets. So we need. I do need to figure out a way to hear the players through headphones or whatever else. That would definitely help.
Additionally, there's a birthday party at the other side of the shop, and they are currently doing prizes or support and clapping a lot. So
Yes.
it is difficult to hear the players because of that.
Yeah, you won't be able to hear them at all at the moment, because I turned the phone audio off. Yeah, the problem is it's difficult for me to hear anything at the moment.
Last command token for Josh.
Might be peaking it too much. Oh. Audio issues. I hate audio. Yeah, okay. So it's yeah, we just need to talk louder. Again. Yeah, if we talk loud, it picks us up really clear, but sometimes the noise suppression kind of blends our voice into the background noise, and it thinks we're not talking as loud.
But sometimes it's also hard to judge our own speaking volume because of the amount of background noise.
All right, a 5. Don't know what the 5's for. Maybe a CC. And then
Amazing for getting my arrows. Very important.
Yeah, you're just helping speed it up.
wouldn't be a game of Infinity if you didn't forget your AROs.
Hugh, are the rest of the tables done except for that one? Okay.
It's all right. I'm not the one to pay too, so I don't care. Okie dokie. Okay, seems like Hellblazer v Cenobite, but it'll be best 2 for the Hellblazer.
Yes.
But even best 2 v best 1. Looks like he's shooting. Shooting into CC potentially? I'm not sure.
Yep. Yep. Shooting the combat to clear the Cenobite.
Yeah. I think the Prime goes unconscious again. Something goes unconscious. It mustn't have been the Prime in CC. Something here.
Yeah, it's in a shadow from both sides, unfortunately.
Yes. All right. Turn over. Top of 3. Yeah, I think Luke might be. Yeah, I think.
No, you like play it out. Just
You guys could very easily pull a draw. You guys could very easily pull a draw. It seems like from that, Luke got Predator in Josh's turn in the last order.
no, I think that he's got 1 point toward it.
Oh, 1 point towards Predator.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So,
But right now,
it
if
seems
Josh
like
doesn't have anything to spotlight or forward observe HVT,
yeah.
it may just be Luke's game.
Yeah. So if Luke gets Predator, it's guaranteed draw, unless Josh can also get Predator.
Yep. Which he can.
He can. Yep. But Josh can't win anymore if Luke gets Predator.
Yes.
Well, that's a CC attack. Yep. I think it's dead. I think Luke's gotten Predator. Yep. Very nice. So I guess.
Yep. So
if Luke can get Vigilance, is it?
yeah.
He wins. And that should be fairly easy to get. I think he should at least have one Moira or one Cenobite left alive. The Cenobite's just killed something CC actually, so it is alive. It just needs to make a whip check.
Should be done.
Luke, I think fairly close, but I think Josh has locked himself out of a win. Okay, interesting. Missiling something across the table with some good dice. Still going to take an 11 though, so probably going to blow up whatever it is. So potentially unconscious
dropping. Yeah, Moonraker goes unconscious too,
Moonraker, of course.
which eliminates templates that he can drop
Yeah,
as he goes in.
yeah. So Cenobite just needs to do whip check. Or Ribera, I suppose. She's medium infantry. Ribera does have higher whip as well, I suppose. Alright, guys, we've just proven Bakunin superiority. Yeah, I guess Luke's play on the other side of the table paid off. Killing the Cludger was big. Denying basically a whole group off of Josh because there wasn't anything in there to do with it anymore is big. I'm still a bit confused about letting Denman live. Not sure if I would do that. So it seems like, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like a no-brainer to me, but I'm not as good a player as Luke is.
Fair.
So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's going for vigilance.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Buddy misses. Alright, so it seems like something's about to explode. Yeah, okay. So I think that was the Cenobite. So potentially Wabera needs to run around the corner and do a whip check.
Yeah.
Actually,
as long as she gets...
Wabera could do it in zone of control and stay to the side of this building.
That might be safer.
Just needs to be in zone of control, I believe.
Yeah, it's +3 if you're in line of fire. But if he's got plenty of orders, pop out a few, and then the very last one, if he hasn't done it by then, pop around the corner for +3.
Yeah. Yeah. So it seems like that's what's going to be happening. Yeah. Sorry, Kev. We did show the classifieds at the very beginning. We're just under the time crunch. In a perfect world, we could have the classifieds written up. Excellent. It looks like Luke's nailed all classifieds. Okay. Josh is unable to get the last classified. So he can get Predator, but he can't do the hacking classified, which means that it's going to be a 10-7-ish for Luke. Stressing. Why? Because it's stressful.
What about a stressful game against Val, maybe?
Yeah? Why?
I had the potential to maybe Hail Mary get back in the game. I crit him twice with the cancer pass, and crit him back. My best friend's so nothing happens. It was such a Hail Mary to happen.
That's the way of things. Yeah, Kevin, myself, Nick, and Hugh have all been talking about ways we can do it better next time. We have, I think number one would be mics for the players. I think that would be very handy. And Cam, my friend Cam, could potentially get us some webcams that we could use instead of phones, which would be a bit more reliable. They wouldn't be running into battery problems and like overheating problems. And the quality, obviously a webcam has a bit of a wider angle, so we could use those a bit more. Also, I could zoom in and out from the computer for webcams, which would be excellent. So potentially that as well. But yeah, just having some time to set up the audio levels between the table and the cast, just because it's difficult to do on a time crunch in a one-day tournament. If you could do it on a Friday night before BCB, that's way more efficient. And then being able to hear those mics along with the stream, we'd know what would be going on 100%.
I think we've gathered a lot of information on
we've gathered some information.
What we need to improve.
Yes. It's not terrible, but
it's quite doable as is. But
it's quite doable.
There's several areas that we can.
Absolutely. I'm not sure how watchable it is, but we'll figure it out.
To those who are watching, how watchable is this?
Oh, Jesus. Josh be rolling crits. But Luke loves it. Luke loves it. Alright, Ozwookie says pretty good. So, yep.
Yeah, we'll take that.
We'll take it. I know you're a new player, but if a new player can kind of follow and understand what we're saying, that's good. Commentary is great. Excellent. We love to hear it. Funnily enough, commentary, I suppose the commentary can slow down as the players slow down, so it's almost practice for us to keep it at a pace, but keeping it at a pace for 8 hours of games is going to be...
There's going to be lulls in games.
Yeah, it's going to be a struggle to maintain.
That can also be a break for commentators.
Yeah, so potentially rotating commentators would be good as well.
Yes.
I know they do that in things like Counter-Strike and Dota and stuff like that. When they have multiple games, they rotate commentators, so they're only commentating for 3 or 4 hours at a time.
Yeah.
Which is good for them. But in this, we're in the second game, and I'm dead. I am very dead. Yep. Rest the larynx. I've been drinking so many fluids that I'm probably drinking too much water. I'm honest. What is that?
That is solid.
Oh, by the way, Nick, I've got your model. Yes, in there. I'm not sure about the Prime job because it was done about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Josh.
But I'll be hitting on. Yeah. I'm actually proxy.
Oh. Hello. I need a mod to kick the scammers. Yes. Yes. All right, so we were mistaken. Josh can potentially win. He still has a forward observer left to do the classifieds. I think Josh has just exploded, though. But yes, it is nearly 4 o'clock. What's up, Dan?
I'm going to drop.
That's all right.
You're,
Yeah.
you're on,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, it's up. Yeah, we don't mind.
Well, that last game,
Took you out.
if you, even Val, who you know is always against me, was even like, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry. I'll make it easy.
Was that against James? Yeah. Apparently, he made every armor saves, and you made
It was
0.
4 that he made saves with Armand. 2 of them against also HG from my tag, and 2 from Shock Morris. Okay, whatever. It was more that he killed my data with a Panzer Power shot from Beast Hunter. He rolled a 1. And I failed 4 11s. And then failed all my saves. I'm like, you know what? I can come back and draw this, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
Kev says hi.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think at BCB, Kev, we might want to streamline people playing. I don't think people are playing slower because of the stream table. We've just had a couple slow games in general today, and there haven't been people to kick them along. But that's I suppose the nature of things. We're kind of all a bit distracted at the moment. But I think the highlight for me, you wouldn't have seen them, but we did some player interviews while the opposing player was talking about. Yeah, and the player interviews were really good. Player interviews were great. Everyone's super knowledgeable about the game, so they can articulate themselves very well. It's really excellent. So you can very easily fill 5 to 7 minutes of just talking about factions. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm recording the whole thing locally as well, so I'll be able to split it up, and I can just I can cut those bits out and just show you what went right, kind of show you what went wrong. The actual program we're using itself for the phones to stream is a bit fiddly. It's crashed multiple times over the day, and you have to reboot it. But when you reboot it, sometimes the phones put themselves in different orders. So one of the dice cam becomes camera number 2 instead of camera number 1, which means I need to reorganize stuff, which is really awkward. Which would also make the webcams way more reliable. One phone camera would be okay, but 3 is probably a bit too jank for anything reliable. We're using OBS. Yeah. We're nearly done. I think we might be done. I think they're just filling out the scores now. All right, guys, we're just going to. BCP was a bit awkward. It successfully ranked everyone correctly, which was good. So that was excellent. Yeah, it worked. It's just more so getting the people to sign in and all that kind of stuff and filling out their own points. Yeah.